This is CBC Here and Now.
We anticipate this will be in the millions of dollars. We've reached out once again to the federal government to see what can be done.
Costs are mounting as municipalities on the Northeast Avalon prepare to get back to normal. Just ahead, the latest on the state of emergencies. And in non-storm news,
this is going to help us better understand the techniques.
Well, this is a great example of cooperation between Canada and the United States, its industry and military.
Military allies in Happy Valley Goose Bay test new materials as they make repairs to the 5-wing airfield. Welcome to Here and Now. I'm Anthony Germain. The bill for the storm cleanup keeps mounting, and now there's hope that the federal government may help pick up the tab. The Premier says he has made the request to Ottawa, and he's also hoping that the federal government will help employees who are losing wages because they just can't work. Here Now's Peter Cowan joins us live with the details. So, Peter, what is Premier Ball saying?
Anthony, let's start with those communities, because on top of the millions of dollars in damage that the storm caused, there are plenty of big bills still to come for overtime and contractors in order to clean up all this snow that fell. And so Dwight Ball has said he's asking the federal government to come forward with disaster assistance money, and that would be able to reimburse the province and the municipalities that have been directly affected by this. But what about the workers? Because it's now been a week that many people haven't been able to collect a paycheck. And Ball says the federal government has a role to play here. He's hoping that the federal EI program might be able to help them out.
We've reached out once again to the federal government to see what can be done through programs like the EI program to make provision and exceptions for where we hire as a province in particular, to respond to the low wage earners and others that would have lost wages this week. So that we're back and forth with the federal government on that issue.
The most important thing is to try and get the city back up and running, and as you can see, the crews were out again today to try and widen and get rid of all this snow that fell. The plan still remains to lift the state of emergency in the city of St. John's on Saturday morning, and there's some good news today from businesses that might have been hoping to open on Saturday. They'll be allowed to at least let workers and contractors inside their businesses tomorrow in order to be able to get ready to reopen things like picking up supplies, especially for restaurant and the various service industries. So that's some good news for them. But we don't know officially that end is going to happen Saturday morning. We're waiting for the City of St. John's tomorrow. They're expected to announce it officially. And if they do, they would join the communities of Mount Pearl and Torbay, which have also announced the ends of their state of emergencies. Reporting live in St. John's, I'm Peter Cowan for Here and Now.
Well, food banks in St. John's are up and running again after last week's blizzard forced them to shut down for 6 days. And that's been really rough for people who depend on food banks for their meals. Here Now's Mark Quinn reports.
There's a lot of pent-up need for these items at the Bridges to Hope Food Bank. The storm shut them down on Friday, and they only reopened yesterday.
I expect to go through probably a few weeks' supplies worth of food just in a couple of days.
These volunteers are hard at work sorting food. William says their work is invaluable because many Bridges to Hope clients truly know what it means to be hungry.
We're all guilty of saying I'm starved, right? But we're not, right? And our clients are, I've seen them starving. I've seen clients come in here get a can of ravioli, literally take a pocket knife out, open it here at the food bank and just start eating it cold right out of the can, right?
They're getting hampers ready across town at the Salvation Army's food bank on Adams Avenue, too.
There are a lot of struggling neighbors all around us. The winter months are especially tough for many, many people. And that's where we are. And you have a situation like we've gone through this week, that just makes it even more so. So yeah, the needs are great.
They say they were prepared for a 72-hour shutdown, but the state of emergency has kept their doors closed for twice that time. Since reopening yesterday, they've provided food to more than 120 families.
We were just waiting for clear direction on that, and as soon as we got a green light, we were out the gate very quickly.
Pickles and maybe with veggies?
With the help of volunteers, food banks are doing everything they can to make sure people are fed. The Salvation Army will also be hosting a community meal at George Street United Church on Sunday after 5 p.m. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, some good news if you're expecting a parcel or a letter. Canada Post has finally been given the green light. After a week without mail, letter and parcel deliveries are expected to pick up again on Monday. And this morning, St. John's granted a state of emergency exemption to Canada Post's processing plant. Clerks were there early this morning to sort through a week's worth of mail. Those deliveries arrived on trailers from Port aux Basques. Some cargo also came in on a plane. A union rep says customers should expect more delays, though, as many community mailboxes you see there buried under snowbanks all across the city.
Right now that we know there's a lot of stuff in the mail. There's social economical checks, there's medical supplies, there's gifts from Nan and Pop. We deliver almost anything, and right now we can't do our job. We can't deliver mail to anybody today like we used to in the past. Most of the houses are cleared out, so we had the ability to walk door to door, and now we just cut off 30 people with this community mailbox.
So how many people are not receiving their mail in Mount Pearl because of this?
If the city is still under a state of emergency, or St. John's is under a state of emergency, which is the main processing plant, so no mail is getting out in the metro area.
Hi everyone, filling in for Ashley tonight. Here's a quick look at your weather forecast. Keep your sunglasses handy for sure, because we're in a bit of a weather lull right now. We have mostly clear skies on the island for the next couple of days. Going to be really bright and sunny. Some cold temperatures continuing for Labrador, particularly that wind chill factor there. Our next weather maker coming through on Monday. A bit of uncertainty right now about whether that's going to be mostly snow or rain, but I'll have a closer look at that coming up a bit later.
The Mon residence is like a city within a city, and this city, it got snowed into.
There's only so much you can do inside until you go crazy.
That is true. And believe me, we've tried it all.
But the students who live here have been making the best of Snowmageddon thanks to the cafeteria workers who bunked in with them. That story coming up.
Well, police in Glovertown are searching for a missing man. 40-year-old John Feltham left his home on Hawkins Road shortly after midnight, and he hasn't been seen since. John Feltham is 5'7", 170 pounds, with short brown hair, a full beard, and he has a scar over his upper lip. He was last seen wearing a black Helly Hansen coat with fur around the hood. As well, he was wearing a black toque and blue jeans. Police are concerned for his safety, saying that his vehicle had very little gasoline left in it. Feltham is also driving, or was driving rather, a four-door 2010 Chrysler Sebring. It's grayish-blue in color with a license plate JKE 956. Anyone who has seen Feltham or his vehicle are asked to contact the Glovertown RCMP. Regatta officials and people in the province's sports community are mourning the loss of Jack Reardon, a man who was legendary in many sports, particularly rowing and hockey. Reardon was the honorary life president of the Royal St. John's Regatta, and during his hockey years, he became a 6-time Herder Trophy winner. Reardon was from St. John's and was a member of the Provincial Sports Hall of Fame, the Hockey Hall of Fame, and the Regatta Hall of Fame. He died yesterday at the age of 95. Well, work is still ongoing to fix runways at 5-Wing Goose Bay. Elsewhere on the base, an experiment is on how to fix airfields. And it's bringing together members of both the Canadian and the American Armed Forces. Here now's Jacob Barker has that story.
These holes are being cut on purpose. On an abandoned part of the runway at 5-Wing Goose Bay Base, it's the perfect spot for the tests.
This is going to help us better understand the techniques, not just from a Canadian perspective, but from a joint perspective and working with our allies as well.
Cold climates make it harder to get patchwork done. Traditional patches are harder to make in winter months. In this test, they're not using the kind of materials you'd expect.
And the idea is to be able to do these repairs in extreme cold So if you use concrete, it takes a lot more time to cure and it's more resource intensive. Whereas here, what we're doing is we're using ambient materials such as snow, water, and the debris from the crater that was created. And we're using those materials to conduct the repairs and be able to operate over it.
It's one of 8 repair techniques for fixing airfields in the extreme cold being tested out at the base this week. Techniques they're honing to help fix airfields in Canada's north.
Whether it's to operate up there for search and rescue, to support the industry, we need to understand how to operate in this climate.
And also in U.S. operation in cold weather states and abroad. This is a joint exercise for the Canadian and American militaries, a good chance for the forces to compare notes.
Well, this is a great example of cooperation between Canada and the United States. It's industry and military. It's really a great coming together.
Well, this exercise is happening just after the entrance to Five Wing Goose Bay Base, and officials say that there will be an increase in heavy machinery moving across the road here. They're asking people to be vigilant in the area. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Memorial University and the Marine Institute are extending the semester in St. John's to make up for the lost teaching time during the state of emergency. It's moving the end of the semester from April 3rd to April 9th. And the period for exams, that's now going to start on April 13th rather than April the 8th. And the deadline to add or drop courses so you can get a full refund, that has also been extended. Students are encouraged to check with the university for more details. Well, since the storm, most students who live in MUN's campus have been largely stuck in their dormitories. As Zach Gowdy found out today, they're going a little stir-crazy, but they have also managed to find ways to have a good time.
Well, there are a few dandy little snow forts built around the MUN campus, but during Snowmageddon, the student residence became like a big snow fort, just one you couldn't get out of.
I got a little bit of cabin fever. I was stuck inside for probably like 4 days before going outside.
Some people in barns were actually making snowmen out in the snowbanks. I mean, it's just a way to pass the time, right?
I mean, if you can stand outside in this weather, then you can do whatever you want.
There's only so much you can do inside until you go crazy.
That is true. And believe me, we've tried it all.
Newfie check.
Come get your duds in order, 'cause we're bound across the water. Heave away, me jollies, heave away.
A few brave students managed to escape their dorms and have a little fun in the snow, but for the most part, they were stuck inside, where they had to keep the place running on their own.
It's been hard because the janitorial staff wasn't able to get out to us, and some of their closets are locked, so we can't clean up after ourselves, and we have to be in charge of making sure that the toilet paper was all refilled every day and stuff. Little things like that. I mean, I don't think it's been as hard for us as it's been for other people in the city, which has been nice.
Were you going a little stir crazy in there?
A little bit, because you can only go up and down the stairwell just a few times in order to get exercise.
I was sleeping a lot, doing a lot of homework. There's nothing much you can do besides that, but no, it was nice seeing people building snowmen in the quad. That was really nice too, and having snowball fights, yeah.
The MUN residence is like a city within a city. There are roads to clear, fire hydrants to dig out, and most of all, thousands of people to feed. Students use the MUN tunnel system to access the dining hall, but keeping that running was a whole other story.
So a week ago, we pre-ordered a lot of food, and we set up staff. So Airmark put 25 people in place. We kept them in our overflow rooms and residence. We had our facilities management people. We had about 40 people who kept this place going on site, and great bunch, great preparation.
So they bunked in with the students in the residence?
They did, and we took care of them. They took care of our students.
And when it was all over, the students showed their appreciation.
So in the group chat, they had mentioned that they were going to do a standing applause at 7 o'clock for all of the workers at dining hall, which I thought was super nice because they hadn't been home in a long time and they were working day after day after day. It was really intense. We felt so bad for them, but we're so grateful for what they did.
The snow will melt, but the memories of Snowmageddon will stay with these students long after graduation. Zach Gowdy, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, we haven't had a funeral or burial since Thursday, so we've got 25 deaths on the go right now.
The death of a loved one is stressful enough. How the shutdown of St. John's has caused a lot of upheaval in the funeral industry. That story just ahead.
This weather update is brought to you by the NL511 app. Know before you go. Check road conditions, highway cameras, and the provincial plow tracker with the NL511 app.
Well, as Carla mentioned, you're here filling in for Ashley
Yes,
tonight. It's good
I
to see
am.
you again. But before we get to the weather,
Yes, some creatures are enjoying all the closures and shutdowns Friday's blizzard has brought.
yeah, check this out. This was the scene on Rope Walk Lane last night
my
as a
goodness.
moose, big
Oh,
one,
wow.
made his way through town.
That dog looks a bit freaked out.
Nope.
Not the kind of traffic you're used to seeing when out walking the dog.
No, a very large moose. There he goes
wow.
again. Can you imagine? And not to be outdone.
Oh, check out this crowd of caribou. This is on Fogo Island, taken by the Old Salt Box Company.
Yep, and who knew they had that many mouths to feed over there? There's a lot of caribou. That's beautiful.
It is gorgeous. What a scene.
Yep, the
Thank
calm,
you so much for
calm after the storm, and the animals come out in droves.
looking for whatever bits of food they can find
Yeah,
on
whatever
the
they can
shore,
get.
them and the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to show us something that did not happen?
Yes, so close yet so far. This happened last night. We had this system just off the coast.
Come on.
Look at that. How close is that? And I saw Rodney Barney tweet about it. Rodney Barney from Environment Canada, he said that system, if it had struck, could have brought us another 20 to 30 centimeters of snow. So we're all very lucky that that system stayed offshore. For sure. So looking at tonight, you saw here some flurries for the west coast, but overall pretty quiet. Could see a spot or two of flurries on the Burin Peninsula and the Avalon Peninsula. Clear night in Labrador. Temperatures overnight -4 in St. John's. Going to feel colder with that wind chill, and 2 to 4 centimeters of snow expected for the west coast. Fairly high winds, higher at least than in the east, gusting up to 50 there. So the heaviest flurries expected on the west coast, but everywhere else just a little light dusting possible overnight tonight. So in Labrador, very, very cold. Could see some flurries in Cartwright, Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and Labrador City. Look at that wind chill, -36 overnight tonight in Labrador City, which is nothing new. You guys have been experiencing a lot of those temperatures lately. Tomorrow, very quiet. Very quiet. We really are in such a lull right now. Those flurries continuing on the west coast in the morning, but then just clearing right off. And just have a look at this. We got some bit of cloud cover there on the island. This is noon tomorrow, but overall looking at a bright, sunny day. Not much happening as we head into the weekend. Temperatures -2 as the high in St. John's. Going to dip down a bit cooler though in the afternoon. The winds will be a little bit stronger from the west, gusting to 50 there, but a mix of sun and cloud right across the island tomorrow. Chillier temperatures for Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander, and again in the afternoon it's going to feel a bit colder there as well. For the west coast, a mix of sun and cloud. Really not much to talk about here as we head up into the Straits. Even more sunshine poking through. Churchill Falls -18 as well as Labrador City. Lots and lots of sunshine expected there tomorrow. It's going to last for a couple of days actually, but then we get into this next weather maker on Monday, and I just wanted to give you a really quick preview. A lot of uncertainty about what this is going to bring, but also a lot of concern because of everything that's on the ground right now. So the models are disagreeing at the moment, but this is kind of what it's looking like. You can see the snow, the rain coming through first. So it's looking like it could be snow, it could be rain, it could be freezing rain. We could see 10 to 20 centimeters of snow. Really unsure, but I'll have a closer look at that a little bit later.
Well, as you've probably noticed, we've spent a fair bit of time talking about the massive piles of snow in downtown St. John's, but that's not the only area of the city that has it pretty tough. Have a look at what our CBC vehicles encountered this morning driving through the Southlands neighborhood. Now, the normally large cul-de-sacs are still only wide enough for one vehicle to try to wind its way through, and with those mounds of snow on either side, you can expect that it's going to be quite some time before this is all moved off and away from our roads. And it's not just all that snow on the roads that's a headache right now. Many of the region's fire hydrants are nowhere to be found. Here's what happened when the call went out to help uncover the hydrants in the Georgetown area of St. John's. A dozen or so people showed up, shovels in hand, and ready to get digging. Similar scenes have been playing out right across the Avalon Peninsula. And we have seen a lot of upheaval here on the Avalon since that blizzard on Friday. And for those trying to say goodbye to a loved one who passed away just before or even during this extended state of emergency, the struggle is heightened. Here now's Terry Roberts has that story.
There hasn't been a memorial service at Calls since Thursday. And that means a backlog of nearly 24 funerals are now on the books. Unprecedented. Every wake room is filled. Bodies are lining up in the embalming room.
People have been pretty good. I mean, people are going to have to be patient and wait their turn, basically, is what it's come down to.
After repeatedly rescheduling services, the home has stopped making any plans. Some remains have been at the home for a week.
We have 20 people in the building right now. That could be an urn or a person. But, I mean, that's quite an amount of people there that are awaiting services to, take place.
And that's never been the case before?
No, it hasn't been a case like this before. Never, no.
Anderson says there were cases where people passed away during the storm and could not be removed from their homes for up to 48 hours. I'm here at Holy Sepulchre Cemetery here in Mount Pearl, one of the busiest in the province. But right now there are 5 to 6 feet of snow covering these hallowed grounds, and the people who operate this cemetery say it will be at least next week before they'll be able to accept burials. The Catholic Archdiocese of St. John's holds 2, sometimes 3 funerals a day. But with churches closed, cemeteries blocked with snow, and funeral homes ordered shut because of the state of emergency, traditional send-offs have come to a standstill.
They're trying to say goodbye and bring closure to the whole situation, and it's very difficult. You know, I feel for them, but that's the reality of the state of emergency at this time.
It's going to take us probably 2 to 3 days to clear it out.
And when cemeteries like this one are finally opened, more challenges await.
Most of the headstones now are buried in snow, so normally with the headstones, when we look at the map and we're looking for a plot, it's relatively easy because you can find your way around looking at the headstones and check it off on the map. But now where we can't even find our way around, we're going to have to start digging.
It helps that most families now opt for cremation, which means services can be more easily delayed or rescheduled.
Some family members have traveled from afar and they're trying to get home. There's a whole lot of other factors involved in that.
Meanwhile, with road conditions still poor in many areas of the city, Anderson agrees it would not be wise to allow funeral homes to resume normal operations.
If we had the general public here today, the Marchant Road would just be filled. I mean, people would just, it wouldn't be fair to the neighborhood.
So while the focus since Friday's storm has been on the living, it clearly hasn't been easy either for those who take care of the dead. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
Now, staying with Terry's story, Eastern Health says the morgue also filled up during the storm as patients at city hospitals passed away. Dave Diamond says just like sick people and staff, there was a period during the blizzard when nobody was allowed to leave.
We certainly had a couple of days that we couldn't transport from the morgue in the same way we couldn't allow patients or staff or folks to go out. And so as you can imagine, in an operation as big as this, then that sometimes can be an issue. We were able to manage it, so it didn't get to the point where we couldn't manage. And then we did get an exemption from the city at the earliest opportunity to allow that transfer to happen.
There are 16 large school buses in this one parking lot right here on Torbay Road. Are we ready to have just these buses unleashed on our roads Monday morning?
While most businesses in St. John's remain closed during the state of emergency, things are different in some of the surrounding municipalities. Some of them have been temporarily lifting the state of emergency during daytime hours, allowing their businesses to open their doors. Here now, Cease Hare has this report from Mount Pearl.
Businesses like this one in Mount Pearl are allowed to be open during the day, but it's far from business as usual. That's because a lot of their business at Auto Care on Topsail Road is tied in with St. John's, where there's a state of emergency. And the St. John's-based customers are hunkered down, unable to go out for anything other than essentials. And it's affecting business. Garage owner Jerome Terry says even though they're open, today's order book only has a third of what they can normally handle. Revenue, he says, is down 90% since Friday.
One thing we all know, that bills don't stop. Rent, heat, light, telephone, that's going to keep coming. You know what I mean? Without revenues, what do you do to pay? Second thing, the boys needs to be paid. You know what I mean? They got bills coming Friday. So, you know what I mean? They're paid, I'm going to pay them in any case. But it's not coming out of the revenues. It's coming out of a line of credit somewhere.
Up the road, business is slow at another family business, even though they were allowed to open on Monday.
Yes, Monday, but we actually couldn't get onto our lot until Tuesday. We were waiting for the snow clearance. So, not everybody could open on Monday.
Au says Mount Pearl businesses that are selling essentials like gas or groceries or even coffee are doing okay, while others aren't, mainly because regular shopping hasn't returned, and neither have customers from outside Mount Pearl.
It's a major impact. There's a different decrease in sales for us. A lot of our business comes from the surrounding areas. Portugal Cove, Torbay, CBS, a lot from St. John's, some, I would say a lot from Mount Pearl too.
Au remains optimistic though, adding that good and bad days in business are normal and things will get back to normal. It'll just take time. Cease Hare, CBC News, Mount Pearl.
Well, when the state of emergency is lifted, possibly Saturday morning, the tight restrictions on vehicles will also come to an end. But are we actually ready to see big rigs back on our roads? And how are the vehicles, those big vehicles, going to get around in all of that snow? Well, Terry Roberts tries to answer that question.
More than 50 sleeping city buses, tucked away like cattle in a barn.
We don't remember a time that, we've even come close to a week, maybe a couple of days.
And here is a fleet of idle school buses. And with streets like this, it's not hard to see why they're not moving. I can't imagine navigating a bus through here. Here on Whiteway Street, not much more than a walking path. When will we see Metrobus back on the streets?
Our operations staff will be back on the streets tomorrow, reassessing the streets. So once that's done and we get the report, we'll assess the conditions. I expect once we go back on the road, there will still be areas that will need to detour.
And what about our schools? 26,000 students from the St. John's area, home for a week. 20,000 of them ride buses to school.
The target right now, as we've announced, is for all of our Metro and Avalon schools to be opened again on Monday for students to come in and get back to their work.
Now, these are not your typical family vehicles. School and city buses are 40 feet long and they require a large turning radius. And also they take up a large footprint on the road. More than 8 feet wide. Now I'm on Strawberry Marsh Road here in St. John's. Gonzaga High School right there in the background. Remember the width of that school bus? Well, this street here right now, 9.5 feet. You could squeeze a bus down here, but not a lot of wiggle room. The district is confident they'll be ready for Monday.
We are working a fair bit with our counterparts in government and municipalities. They're well aware of what our requirements are in order to get school zones open and be able to get buses moving around.
As for Metrobus, without any sidewalks, there's a real concern about releasing dozens of city buses back onto the streets.
We get back on the roads, the number of pedestrians are going to increase, people going back and forth to bus stops.
So it's been an unexpected break for thousands of students. But weekday fun like this might soon come to an end. So you heard it. The goal is to have thousands of idle students back in their classrooms by Monday morning. Here at Vanier, they appear to be ready. The question is, will the roads be safe? Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
Earlier in the program, you heard from Canada Post. Clerks made it back to the St. John's processing plant this morning to catch up on a week's worth of backlog mail. Letters and parcels should start to be delivered once again on Monday. But as a union rep told the CBC's Chris O'Neill-Yates, it won't be business as usual.
We've been off since last Friday, waiting daily to see what the outcome or if we're going to report back to work, or will the streets be clear, the state of emergency lifted. And right now we're just in a holding pattern. We're waiting.
How many workers are in the holding pattern?
Right now there's approximately 100 letter carriers that deliver mail to the St. John's metro area. There's 50 routes and there's a bunch of relief and people inside working. We're just waiting to see what the corporation's going to do.
So what's the worst part of all this for you?
Right now that we know there's a lot of stuff in the mail. There's social economical checks, there's medical supplies, there's gifts from Nan and Pop. We deliver almost anything, and right now we can't do our job.
And people who are expecting mail are not receiving it.
Exactly, right? We've been doing this for a long time now, and it was only 5 years ago that they implemented the CMBs. And this street here has 75 houses, 3 sets of CMBs. We can't deliver mail to anybody today like we used to in the past. Most of the houses are cleared out, so we had the ability to walk door to door, and now we just cut off 30 people with this community mailbox.
So how many people are not receiving their mail in Mount Pearl because of this?
The city is still under a state of emergency, or St. John's is under a state of emergency, which is the main processing plant, so no mail is getting out in the metro area.
And even if it were getting out, because of the snow clearing issues, you wouldn't be able to deliver it here.
Exactly. There's no way possible that we could actually get in there. We wait on the contractors to come in and clean out the area. So one, that we can work safely, and the other concern is our public. You know, to put a little path in there doesn't work for our public. We have people differently abled, seniors, young people, and we need a clear path in for them to go retrieve their mail once we put it in there.
Do you think we should have had a better plan, knowing that this storm was coming?
I think the city workers have done a fantastic job. They're trying their best. You see them around, they're working 24/7. I think that the city councils have made really good decisions by trying to keep people off the road. And it's going to be a long time cleaning it up. We don't anticipate back to regular duties for a couple of weeks. I've been working over 30 years carrying mail, and this is one of the worst, if not the worst, that I've seen. The quantum of snow has just put a hold on everything. As you see in this neighborhood, the driveways are shoveled. If those boxes weren't there, we possibly could, in the very near future, be walking door to door and making sure people get their mail, because the public is cleaning out their area, but we're waiting on Canada Post to get this done.
Okay, so mail processing started today?
Canada Post received an exemption from the City of St. John's to start processing the mail. St. John's is the hub for most of Newfoundland and Labrador, and our workers went in this morning at 8 o'clock to start processing the backlog. We're 7 days behind, and we're normally a 24/7 operation, so we've got a lot of mail to clear up, and our members are in there now making sure that that mail gets out to the rural areas for now, and once the state of emergency is lifted, hopefully we'll have some kind of delivery on Monday.
So there's a lot of mail piled up.
We call it Christmas again.
Anybody that knew the Newfoundlanders were coming up there to play, they contacted us, they came and got tickets, and we had all kinds of people come and visit us.
Survey says this family from Newfoundland had a lot of fun when they were flown to Toronto to compete in Family Feud Canada. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In national news now, 5 tourists from France remain missing nearly 48 hours after their snowmobiles that they were riding on plunged through ice about 500 kilometers north of Montreal.
Il a peur que le groupe s'était peut-être aventuré dans des sentiers non balisés, peut-être non sécuritaires également.
The cabinet minister says it looks like they were on unmarked and unsafe trails near Lac Saint-Jean, and they weren't alone. 2 others did not break through the ice, and they were able to rescue a 3rd snowmobiler. But the group's 42-year-old trail guide was found later by rescue teams, but he died in hospital yesterday. Locals say those who know the area never go off trail because river currents mean the water never really freezes. Today, Quebec announced stricter rules and mandatory training for tourism operators. Some more tragic news out of Australia in the fight against the devastating bushfires there. 3 American firefighters have been killed in a water bomber crash in New South Wales.
It is a stark and horrible reminder of the dangerous conditions that our volunteers, our emergency services, personnel across a number of agencies undertake on a daily basis.
They were flying in a C-130 Hercules air tanker and were responding to a fire. The plane went down in the Snowy Mountains region south of Sydney. Officials say the plane hit the ground hard, and they're now trying to determine the cause of the crash. The water bomber was owned by the American subsidiary of a Canadian company, Coulson Aviation. The company says in a statement that it is deeply saddened and that it is sending a team to the crash site. The World Health Organization has decided not to declare the coronavirus outbreak in China a global health emergency, despite the ongoing spread and fears of that disease.
Make no mistake, this is, though, an emergency in China. But it has not yet become a global health emergency. It may yet become one.
But the WHO said that its emergency panel was divided on whether to declare an international health emergency, and they may reconsider that in the coming days. China's unprecedented measures to contain the virus factored into its decision. At least 3 cities near the outbreak's epicenter have been locked down, with all public transportation halted. More than 18 million people have been ordered to avoid public places and not to leave their cities. The streets of Wuhan were virtually empty today. So too store shelves after residents stocked up on supplies. Anyone who is out is wearing a mask, and in hospitals, staff are actually wearing hazmat suits as they deal with the growing number of patients. Today, China said 18 residents have died from the coronavirus, and more than 630 people have been infected. Confirmed cases have also been reported in 6 Asian countries and in the United States. Well, here in Canada, officials say they wouldn't be surprised if the virus lands here. There are no confirmed cases in Canada yet, but the federal health minister said several patients are being monitored.
The risk still remains very low for Canadians in terms of acquiring this particular illness in Canada. The fact that there are some cases that are under further examination is actually a good sign. It's a sign that our system is working and that the public health and medical professionals across the country are working together and are following protocol.
The minister said the cases under observation are in BC and Quebec, but suspect cases are starting to appear in medical facilities right across the country. And anyone with both symptoms and a connection to Wuhan are being screened and isolated. Labs, already busy because of flu season, are also seeing a rise in the number of samples being tested for coronavirus. Well, how's this for your first time off the island? A family from Champneys West recently returned from a vacation that they're not likely to forget anytime soon. The Pippi Freeman family were flown to Toronto for a taping of Family Feud Canada. Our Here and Now cameras caught up with them at the airport.
Had a trip of a lifetime. It was the best experience ever. We met many wonderful people, and we just had a ball. They won't forget us up Toronto.
So about how many people are in our community?
54 when we're home.
We went to the CN Tower, the Ripley's Aquarium. A couple of us went to an NHL game and a Raptors game. We went around like Chinatown, Greektown. a bunch of small different things, whatever we could get in. The people that live up around there, like that we know or had like their great-great-grandmother or what might have been from Newfoundland, anybody that knew the Newfoundlanders were coming up there to play, they contacted us, they came and got tickets, and we had all kinds of people come and visit us. We even had a Christmas party in our hotel rooms. And it's unbelievable how people reached out from us, like family, friends, and friends of friends and friends of relatives.
I was really nervous because, like, first time. And as the plane was taking off, everybody was laid back in the seat like this, you know. And here I had to haul my head right up to the next seat, and I had the barf bag ready to roll. But I didn't throw up, but it was pretty close.
I was glad to come home, but we had an excellent time in Toronto, and I'm definitely going to go back on my own again sometime soon, but we all had a great trip.
CBC gave us a very positive experience. It was all good, and the accommodations was perfect. The staff was utmost, they were professional, and they treated us like
family.
Like family, yeah.
They
like
were
family.
really good to us.
And it's a great experience, and I recommend for anyone if they ever get to do it. CBC done good.
That's good to hear. Well, the Pippi Freeman family will appear on tonight's episode of Family Feud Canada. They and their friends and neighbors, well, they're planning to watch all of this at the Community Centre in Champneys West. That airs at 8 o'clock Island time tonight. You can see it on CBC television as well. Don't forget the CBC Gem, and that's a half hour earlier in most of Labrador.
So I was in Halifax for work last week, and I was supposed to come back Sunday, and I was just watching the storm during my meetings on Friday, and I thought, I guess I probably won't be coming back on Sunday. Honestly, I felt like I was missing out. I really wanted to be home. I saw my friends posting videos and pictures and stuff, and I'm in the Snowmageddon Facebook group, so that made me feel more connected to home, I guess. But it was really nice to see all the Newfoundlanders coming together, and I expected nothing less. So I'm very happy to be home.
And now you're in it.
Yeah, now I'm in it, yeah.
The weather update is brought to you by Beltone, your partner in better hearing.
Yeah, I'd love to see the faces of all those people getting off the planes last night and then venturing out into the city to see what it looks like. Because it's
the inside
really
of the airport was their last sort of peaceful area.
Yeah.
What happened here?
And it's one thing, you know, to see the visuals on TV, on the news, but it's another thing to walk through it
No, you're looking up
yourself.
close. It is amazing.
It is amazing. Well, we get a pretty long reprieve for the next few days, which is good. Let's start with a look at tomorrow. So things are going to stay pretty quiet. Tomorrow, -2 is the high in St. John's. Winds a little bit gusty. Westerlies up to 50 there, but really a mix of sun and cloud for all of the island. The west coast could see a few morning flurries, but that's about it. Things are staying very quiet, very bright and sunny in Labrador. Chilly wind chills there. For sure. Looking ahead to Saturday, pretty much the same thing. Not much to talk about. Here we are noontime on Saturday and barely a cloud in the sky for Newfoundland and Labrador. So it's going to stay that way until we get into Sunday. Here are some of your temperatures, -5 in St. John. So you can see the next couple of days are going to be pretty much carbon copies of each other. So lots of sunshine to enjoy if you're hoping to get out and shake off some of that cabin fever on the weekend. Saturday looks like a really nice day to get out and do some outdoor walking for sure. Chilly temperatures continuing there in Labrador. So as we get into Sunday, you can see some more cloud cover moving through, some flurries there on the northern peninsula as well as Labrador City. And this little beast here that you see peeking up through, that's what we're going to see on Monday morning. So just with a look at Sunday first, cloud cover on the island there. Temperatures kind of in the same sort of range as they have been for the previous few days. So mostly just a mix of sun and cloud, or heavier cloud cover, I should say, and those flurries in the St. Anthony area, and for Lab City, minus double digits there in Labrador. Okay, so this is what we're going to be getting on Monday. A lot of people worried about what this is going to bring, so let's just see what the models are saying right now. This really, really could change. I can't stress that enough, but this is what the picture is looking like. Here we are on Monday morning. System starts to hit the west coast there. Looks like some snow for the Corner Brook area, for the west coast, and that freezing rain in that little pink band right there, and then some rain in behind there. So it looks like right now, according to this model, that we could see some rain on the south coast, on the Avalon Peninsula as we get into Monday afternoon, and mostly a snow event for the rest of the island. Environment Canada very hesitant to give any numbers right now, but we could see maybe 10 to 20 centimeters of snow. It could be freezing rain, it could be rain. So really not sure yet, but this is the picture just to be somewhat prepared as we head into the weekend. And then continuing on Tuesday afternoon, that snow continuing. And on Monday, you can see the temperature bumping up a little bit there, so above zero, hovering around the freezing mark. So that'll, I'm sure, determine how much snow versus rain we get. And then some more flurries there on Tuesday for central areas. Looking at a snowfall on Monday, cooler temperatures there. Flurries continuing on Tuesday for the west coast. A very similar story there. So things really do take a turn on Monday compared to the next few days. For Labrador, staying pretty quiet. Cold temperatures remaining there with some cloud cover on Monday for Lab West. A chance of a few flurries there, but not much else to speak of, and a mix of sun and cloud on Tuesday. And that is your forecast. And here's a look at your weather photo of the day. I know we've seen so many shots of the snow, but you know, this is just great.
It's exactly what you were saying. So you imagine you land in the St. John's airport and then you walk home.
Yeah,
in that.
and this is what you see. This is in the wilderness a little bit more. I'll tell you where this shot was taken after the break.
Well, let's wind down the program now with a recap on the state of emergency for municipalities on the Northeast Avalon. St. John's is going to lift its state of emergency 6 a.m. Saturday, but it's letting businesses bring back staff tomorrow to get ready for the weekend.
Yes, and that includes arranging deliveries of supplies and digging out, among other things. Mount Pearl, Paradise, and Torbay will all lift their states of emergency by tomorrow morning. Okay, so this is our weather photo. Not hard to tell that it's in the east and on the Avalon, but where specifically? Cochrane Pond Road.
So outside the city, really. That's beautiful,
Yeah.
though. Look at the size of this, of the wall on the right.
Just beautiful
Yeah.
shot. On
Pat
the way.
Thompson. Oh, yeah. He takes great pictures. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you very much for sending that in. And if you have any weather photos that you would like to share, please email it to us at nlphotos@cbc.ca.
It's been quite a week. Stay with us. We have about 2 hours of birthdays and anniversaries because we've had to miss them, so our apologies for that. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good night.